Hello everyone. In this week's YouTube video I wanted to test out a couple of different papers that I hadn't tried before. So I'm using my own images and I printed them out in a laser printer. So this one here is Artway paper, rice paper, and it's very thin and it printed well, so I'm not sure what the transparency will be like, so I'll be testing that out soon to see if that works. I printed onto old book pages, lovely collage papers for later. This is wet string tissue paper, and this one is a new one I hadn't tried, and it's called Maruishi Paper. It's really beautifully transparent and feels like silk. It's just absolutely lovely paper. So I'm excited to see what that's like when it's glued down to my finished projects. This is just on the wet strength tissue, and this last one was printed on this is dressmaker's paper, and I had a great tip from one of the ladies who was following my other video, because I was having difficulty with this before. One side is shiny, which is why it wasn't taking the ink, so make sure you print on the side that is more matte. So thanks for that tip. Okay, so let's get on with the video. Okay, so what I've got here is a jelly plate. So if you haven't seen one of them, this is a plate where you can take monoprints and you can do image transfers. So the paints I'm going to be using today, I will have got a Paynes grey on the Studio Pebeo. I have got a violet, Prussian Blue Amsterdam, and oxide black Amsterdam. So out of all the paints I've tried, these produce the best results for image transfer. But it's just trial and error with the paints. You've got to see what works, but if you wanted to, I know for a fact that these work for me. So I've also got a roller here, got a couple just to, if I'm going to be doing different colours, I can save me having to wash them. So the laser papers I printed yesterday. Now I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but one of my friends said that these work better if they're left overnight to cure the ink. So I printed these yesterday, so that's hopefully going to produce a better print. So it's just a selection of different tree images and some text. I won't be image transferring the sheet, I'll be using them, I'm going to be printing them on to tissue paper. Okay, so the papers I'm going to use for the image transfer, so I've got a stack here. So I like to print on old book pages. That'll be some of the prints I'm using for collage. I'm not sure if we'll use them in this project, but they're really nice to have to build up collages with image transfers on them. I've got dressmaking paper here now. Okay, so I've got the Maruishi paper here, which feels absolutely lovely, just like silk. So what I'm wanting is a smooth, even surface. Okay. I'm going to start off with this one. Plate. Smooth, even pressure all over your paper. Okay, that's worked. So far so good. I'm going to try it with this so careful not to put this slippy shiny side down when that face up. There we go, so that's our first pull on the jelly plate. So that was quite successful, I think. Try again. So I've got some baby wipes here, so I'm just going to clean it in between so that the plate is completely clean. Okay, so you don't want to put paint on top of the wet from the baby wipe, so have a dry cloth at your side as well. I'll try a different one this time. I'll go for the Payne's Grey again. I'm going to try the Maruishi paper this time. It doesn't seem to be two sides to it, so I'll just try. Ooh, that's nice. So delicate, isn't it? So when you see that next to the sort of harshness of you know, the blackness and harshness of a photocopy, which is what you're going to get directly onto tissue paper if you put it through the printer. It's just a real different feeling when you do it on the jelly plate. You get a lot softer. I mean, you could possibly, what you could do is edit the photograph on your Procreate or something to make it into an image that looked like that, softer, more painterly. There's programs that can allow you to do that if you weren't having success with the jelly printing. You know, there are always different ways around getting to the results that you want. But I do love that. It's really, really lovely. A little bit transparent. I'm not sure that's going to work. You can tell, yeah, it says transparent on it, so that's not ideal. We want something that's more. Got another purple that's not transparent. Maybe mix a wee bit of this iridescent into it. See what happens. Okay, I'll try that one again. I'm not very hopeful, but I'll try. I've got something there. I'm just going to take that same piece and just do another one maybe just slightly overlapping, that'd be quite nice. So you could build up like a little copse of trees on the one image if you wanted. It's white paper so you can see it better. Oh, that's really nice, isn't it? I am actually quite liking that. Okay, so that was the Blue Noir Iridescent combined with the transparent violet to get that. And that one was with the Paynes grey, which is quite a blue Paynes grey. They do vary, the different ones. But, okay, so I'm liking this paper. That's the Maruishi one. Let's go for the Prussian Blue. So if you want to clean your roller in between, you can just roll it on your paper at the side. You can end up with some lovely papers even just by doing that at the end of the day. So a lot more opaque, this one, you can see it's probably too much there. So you can see when I'm rolling my roller, I'm lifting it gently and just sort of not paint in the kitchen. I'm lifting it. And that's how, and if you've got the right amount of paint on, you're unlikely to get the lines. But if you're using a tiny wee roller and you're just going like this, so you've got a roller this size, and you're like this, trying to get it covered, you're going to end up with lines all over it. So you need to get a decent sized roller. Just kissing the plate. Gently. Light as touch. That's what you want. I'm going to try this one here. I am having a good printing day today. Sometimes this can just not work, but today the air temperature, the printing gods are looking down on me from above. It's so joyous when you get a day like this. So this is the art rice paper. Let's have a try with this one. Very nice. I like the softness of the edges here. Okay, the image I'm going to use is, I'm going to try one with the text about the tree at the top there. Okay, I'm going to lay that on, gently rub all over with my hand. Okay, so I'm printing and I'm living in the Nevada desert, and that's dried. As soon as I put it down, it's dry. So what do? How do I make this work? So what you can do is buy acrylics which are called open acrylics, and they have a longer drying time. Well, what we're going to do now is use some matte gel, and that is going to lift off, so you're having another layer on top which is wet. Put your paper straight down, and then that will lift what is underneath. I'm just going to let that dry for a wee minute. You can do this with any medium. It doesn't have to be matte gel, like gloss medium. Any clear medium is going to work for this. This is the reason I'm using a clear medium, is that because we want this to be laid on top of something else, so we want to be able to see through the background, because you can pull this with a colour or white. I'm just taking a clean roller, just putting an even layer over the top here. Sure it's nice and even, and then just giving your roller a quick wipe. So now I am going to take the wet strength tissue paper and place that on top. Moving lightly with my hand. So the trick here is to leave this so that the paint is dry. Okay, so that's been left for a few minutes. I'm going to try pulling that back to see if it's picking up the print that's underneath. Yeah, so you can see that that has picked up, and it's got that lovely sort of aged look about it, because you're picking up bits of the paint round about it as well, which I love. And that's really nice. So that combined with your painting would be quite special. I'm going to try overlaying the Maruishi paper with a bit of text as well. I think this might be my new favourite. Spoke too soon about the printing gods there. No, that's good. If it doesn't work, it's good that it's showing you in real time that it doesn't always work. So what I'm going to do with this one is put a colour on, let you see what happens when I put a colour on top of that. What about... Try and put this pale olive. Okay, let's see if this has worked. So I've got the imprint on the plate as well with the text from here. So that's now quite an interesting piece of collage paper with the different layers, the text in behind, and quite like that. You just get to know by experience how much paint you need on there. If it's too, if you can hear it going ch ch ch, that's definitely too much, because it's like a sort of squidgy noise, squelchy. You don't want that. And try this one. Not tried that one yet. So you want to have papers and trees of varying sizes so that you've got more options when you go to do your finished piece, because some of them are on small squares and some are slightly bigger, so we want to have a few different options to work with. So if you pull in it and you can see it's still on the plate, if you just press it back down and give it another rub to let it dry. Just keep sort of pushing the paper into the paint, let it transfer. A nice transfer. Yeah, so what I like is the sort of softness of the edges of these, the way that's printed. Not too harsh. It's got more of a painterly feel to it. It's really nice. So I hope you enjoyed watching that video on image transfer and you picked up a few tips. I just wanted to let you know that this was a little excerpt from a course that I'm filming just now called Evocative Landscapes, and these image transfers will be used in finished paintings, and I will be adding a layer of encaustic wax to these to give more depth and translucency. So if you're interested in learning more about those techniques, there is a wait list, and I'll put the link below for you to sign up for that. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. Bye for now.